Hello, welcome back to Active Mind, Active Body podcast and a new episode, Why We Swim, the search for flow in a noisy world. Most of us view a mile as a distance to drive or maybe, on a good day, a distance to run. But my guest today sees a mile as just a warm-up. He's a marathon swimmer, an athlete who willingly trades the stability of solid ground for the unpredictable, wild and rhythmic world of open water. He spent countless hours submerged in the blue, battling currents, cold, and his own mind, all to find a sense of peace that most of us are still searching for on land. We're going to talk about the physical grit required to swim distances most people wouldn't even drive. But more importantly, we're diving into mental clarity and wellness benefits that come from a life spent in the water. Please welcome to the show, Jason Milton.
Hi, thanks for having me. It's lovely to be here. It's a great pleasure. Thank you.
Brilliant. Okay, let's get straight into it. So part one is the origin story. We're going to focus from the transition from land to water. So, Jason, first question, the click moment. Let's go back to the very beginning. Was there a specific moment, maybe a childhood memory or a distinct turning point where you realized the water wasn't just a place to play, but a place where you truly belonged?
So it's a journey. I think there's multiple click moments for me. If I look back to my childhood, my kind of most vivid, earliest first memory of swimming, I was vomiting in the pool, right? But obviously, it didn't put me off. So it's a moment to say, this is me. This is a thing for me, And then I think moving to North Devon, spending time next to the sea, getting in the sea is another click moment. My first time swimming here at Westwood Ho. All these moments, you realise a moment of peace, tranquility, and belonging.
Thanks, Jason. Right, so the shift to endurance, swimming laps in a pool is one thing, but marathon swimming is a completely different beast, right? What was the mental catalyst that made you look at the vast, intimidating stretch of water, as you can see behind us here, and say, I'm going to swim across that?
So I guess I'm going to mention this a fair bit. The journey, the adventure, from the growth that comes. I spent a lot of time as a child swimming up and down in the pool, and you get to a point and that doesn't appeal anymore. But staying fit, staying active, staying in the water is really important to me. And so the challenge, the growth, is it possible? Can I do it? Pushing boundaries, understanding what I'm capable of is what takes me forward, really.
Got it. Let's do a deeper dive. So let's focus on the sensory and emotional experience of the sport. So let's talk about the blue mindset. So we often hear people talking about the runner's high, but I imagine there's a unique meditative state that comes with being submerged for hours. Can you describe, where does your mind go when you're a few hours into a swim and your body's screaming, but all you can see is blue?
Oh, it's a great question. I mean, where doesn't my mind go? I think would be the thing. I mean, I think about my stroke. I think about how I'm swimming. I think about, can I keep going? I think about my to-do list sometimes. You just get clarity, moments to think and be on yourself. And then there's moments where you sing songs to yourself.
You actually sing songs?
Actually sing songs, yeah. Yeah.
I'd love to hear one of your songs one day.
I can only sing in my head, trust me. You've got moments where your mind just switches off and you're just clear and you don't even think about thinking anything. You're just in that kind of flow state and you just enjoying the moment completely. I mean, you can come up with wild ideas, like crazy moments. You think, oh, I haven't thought about that before, and it just clicks in place. And like confession, I was swimming today, and I thought, oh, I forgot to pay for car parking. Oh well, nothing I can do about it now. Just carry on swimming. So yeah. I mean, yeah. I guess you have a lot of time on your own swimming. So yeah, you have to be comfortable with yourself.
Yeah, really good opportunity to get away from that noisy world and think about things that you can't normally make time for.
Yeah, this is it. I mean, like, you're out there and it's just quiet. It's peaceful. You've just got time to just be. And
So important.
that's one of the things I don't think we make enough time for in life.
Yeah, too right. Yeah, completely get that. Thank you, Jason. So let's talk about nature. So there's a raw connection, isn't there, with nature and the open water? You just simply don't get in a gym.
Yeah.
Can you share a moment, maybe like sunrise, water level, or an encounter with some type of marine life, where you feel small but in the best possible way?
Yeah. I mean, any time that you're swimming at kind of at dawn is really special. Anytime you just have an encounter with wildlife is just really special. I think back to a couple of years ago, I was swimming over in Saunton with a friend and my older son, and we swam out to the point, and we're just bobbing around having a chat, and then all of a sudden you just see the fins of some porpoise just crashing out of the waves over and over, and you just think, wow, it's just amazing.
It's just amazing.
They get those moments when you do that, and they move so freely, so elegantly, and all you see is that this time all we saw was the fins kind of flowing over, and you just think, they're, I don't know, maybe 20, 30 meters away, and you just think, it's just amazing. All that water, all that space, and yet we're this close. It's really, really nice, really special.
Special moment.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So what about solitude versus loneliness? Swimming's often described as a solitary sport, but yet in marathon swimming, you rely heavily on your pilot and crew. How do you manage that balance then between being physically alone in the water, yet entirely dependent on the people in the boat next to you?
It's a good question. I mean, I haven't done a lot of swimming with a boat necessarily, but I've done some. But I think for me, having swam as a child, been a competitive swimmer, there's always been somebody on poolside, always somebody there supporting you, and then you've got, like, growing up, parents, watching you, taking you everywhere. You've always had that support network. And then, so there's always somebody there. So I think you kind of, in that respect, I feel like I'm used to having people there, but at the same time, like, you're then on your own in the water. So yeah, there is a balance there, and actually, it comes across as a very solo sport, but like a lot of sport, actually, behind every great achievement, there is a team of people. So it's there's a slightly more, I think there's a slightly larger disconnect, between being on land and having support on land versus being in the sea. But yeah, it's like you just have to appreciate the people that are there for you. Because you know that you can't do these things without them. So yeah, it's a funny thing, and conscious that you're asking a lot of people, because it's what you want. And I think often, as support crew, it sometimes feels like actually you're potentially working harder than the person swimming, me in this case, because I'm doing what I want. I'm doing I'm the one who's getting the achievement, if you like. Whereas the support crew, they're there to make sure that you've got what you want, you have what you need, you've got your feed or whatever it is, and they're working when you're playing, So yeah, massive appreciation of anybody that supports someone else in that way.
Because you were part of a crew swimming the English Channel a couple of years back.
Yes.
So you must have experienced this.
Yes. And I had difficulties on that.
Well, it's not an easy swim.
I got through that with the support of my team, for sure.
Yeah.
They were there for me when I needed them.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's massive help. I think there's the element of pressure that comes from it as well.
Yeah. Don't want to let them down.
They're there for you. You don't want to let them down.
Yeah.
You don't want to disappoint anybody.
Yeah.
Not that they're going to be disappointed in you, but because even when you don't necessarily make it all the way, you've made a massive achievement in what you've done.
Yeah.
You can't take that away. And it's one of these things you have to bear in mind. Is some days it's not your day, but having the support crew there, it does. There's an element of pressure there.
Yeah.
You don't want to let them down as much as they're there to support you and don't want to let you down.
Yeah.
So definitely a two-way relationship.
Yeah, that's great. Thanks for sharing that with us, Jason. So, the sensory experience for someone who's never experienced it, how would you describe then the physical sensation of the water holding you up when you're at your absolute limit? Is the water like an adversary you're fighting, or does it become a partner that you're working with?
Always a partner. Always. I mean, if you try and fight the water, you're going to lose every time. Every time. It holds all the power. And you have to work with it. You have to adapt, whether that's your the length of your strokes or your breathing pattern or kind of the effort that you're putting in at any particular moment. Is you're constantly adapting to the way the water is, the way the water's behaving. And yeah, it's definitely a relationship where you're working with it. I mean, I consider the water my friend. And you talk about where my mind goes earlier. There are times when I talk to the sea, I talk to the water. But yeah, it's very much like you say, a partnership. Yeah, and some days your partner sets you a really tough challenge, but you work through that.
Great answer. Right, let's talk about the ripple effect and focus a little bit on the health and wellness and advice for the listener. So, we live in a hyperconnected world, noisy world. Do you think like the sensory deprivation of swimming, so no phones, no talking, just the rhythmic sound of your breath, is that an antidote modern society needs right now?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I think if I look at my own journey, I used to be a wetsuit swimmer, and I dropped the wetsuit to do the English Channel relay. And then after that, I didn't want to put the wetsuit back on. There was a real sense of freedom from not wearing the wetsuit. And also, before all this time, I was a summer outdoor swimmer. I'd only swim in the summer, and I'd really notice how hard the winter months were, the colder months were, and I just found myself with a massive desire to get back into the sea. But this is my third winter now. 3 years ago, I took that leap and just kept swimming and see how far I'd go. And now I feel so much better. I have that peace, that tranquility I get from the sea, from that time away all year round. And in the summer, it's a bit longer. In the winter, yeah, it's very different, and it's quite a lot shorter time. But yeah, it makes a massive difference. Feel revitalized, energized when you come out, and the cover's warmed up. you know, ready to tackle the whatever challenges you've got. You know, you've got that. It builds that resilience, that determination, that mindset where I can do this, and that's the thing I think really helps you step away and understand that, you know, why we do things, and not just why we do things, but I think why you know, what's the point? You know, just rushing around trying to, because we're all busy.
Yeah.
You know, actually taking that time is so important.
Yeah.
To understand that actually I don't have to be busy all the time. I don't have to worry about everything all of the time. I can just take the time, reset. You know, it's you know, people talk a lot about meditation. It's really meditative for me to be out there. Just, you know, with myself, you know, thinking about myself, internalizing, you know, my stroke, my mind, my reset. Like I say, sometimes my to-do list, but it's just, yeah, I think it's so important. So important.
What a great way to reset your mind. If you were prescribing swimming to our listeners, not just for physical fitness, but for mental resilience, how would you explain the impact the water has had on your stress and anxiety levels on dry land?
Yeah, so, I mean, the water in the UK is considered cold all year round. Yeah, like I think it's from about 19 degrees. Water's considered to be cold water. So yeah, when people get in the summer and say it's cold, I can understand why some people might say that. Right, we're all different. But you know, having, you know, stepping outside your comfort zone, forcing yourself to sit or be in cold water, right, and, you know, out and about, pushing those limits, you know, that builds resilience. You know, it proves that you can go out there, do something, you know, that's uncomfortable for you. You can take that into your life on land, into your daily life, and say, if I can do that, I can do this.
Right.
That challenge, you know, that thing I don't really want to do. Well, I didn't want to get in the sea.
Yeah.
Right. Did I really want to be cold? Maybe not, but I did.
Yeah.
Right. And it might have only been 2 or 3 minutes, but I did it. I ducked down, I put my shoulders in, whatever it is. And then, you know, you can say, if I can do that, I can do this. You know, it just, yeah, builds that, you know, that belief for me, that confidence, that resilience, that actually, you know, this stuff is doable. Yeah. You know, you know, there's always things in life that, you know, you'd rather not do, or whatever it is, but you know, needs to be done. And actually, this is something you don't necessarily need to do, but it proves that you can do it, and it proves that you can do things that you don't, you know, make you uncomfortable, right? You don't really want to do, and yeah, you can apply that, and at the same time, you can have fun, right? You can go, oh, it's cold, and make funny noises and stuff. You get in with friends, have a laugh, jump around, you know, feel free. It's great.
That's a great way of saying that everyone's got that resilience inside them.
It's there. It is there. It is there. It's a question of like unlocking it. And I think, you know, when we talk about this stuff, it's like it starts with your big toe, right? Or your little toe even. Just put it in, take it out, right? Next day, up to the ankle and out again. Well, whatever it is, however smaller step you need to take, just start there. I didn't suddenly jump in the sea and start swimming great distances. The first time I went for a proper sea swim, I was like, my God, this is hard work.
Yeah.
Found it really, compared to swimming in the pool, it was really tough, you know, but it didn't mean I stopped. It meant I just went the next day and it was a bit easier and a bit easier. And it's the same. We all have a journey. It doesn't matter what anybody else is doing. Just start where you need to start. see how far you can go.
Yeah, thanks. So if we think about overcoming the barrier, many people, they feel vulnerable in swimwear, feel intimidated by the unknown of the open water. What's the one thing you wish those people knew about the swimming community and how welcoming the water actually is?
Well, first of all, the swimming community is amazing, right? It helps massively. I mean, you talk about swimwear and stuff. Find that community, that group of swimmers that you can go with, because then you're surrounded by people that are wearing the same things, right? Which makes things, I think, a bit easier. Certainly initially.
That's a good point.
And everybody's welcoming. Everybody is like, doesn't care. Well, I mean, people I know don't really care. You swim as far as little as you like. You dip, or whatever. You go up to your knees, whatever it is. Right? Getting in is fantastic. Everyone's welcoming. There's no judgment there. It's just do your thing, have your fun. If you want to wear gloves, neoprene hat, even getting in a wetsuit, like do what's right for you.
Yeah.
Right? It's all welcoming. It's all perfectly acceptable. You don't have to think about what anybody else is doing. You do what's right for you.
Yeah.
And there's no judgment there at all. I mean, a great example of that would be there's a swim up in North Wales that I'm going to soon, the Welsh Winter Swim, and there's very few rules there. You can choose to do it wetsuit or skins, right? They even have an inflatables race, right? Which I did last year. It was a heck of a lot of fun. So much fun. Winning best inflatable was was not my intended purpose of doing it, but that's one of the prizes I came home with last year from there. Just so much fun. It's a great fun community. People are choosing to do this. Which says something about actually, it's not a chore. It's fun. So yeah, the community is great. The feeling of being in the water, for me, it's amazing. It's weightlessness. It's easy. I mean, certainly this time of year, if you have aches and pains, right, they just disappear in the water. They go. I've had spells of injuries and pains and difficulty with my knee and things. But when you get in the water, that pain just goes. And often it can disappear for several hours, if not the whole day afterwards as well. So it's liberating, absolutely liberating. Honestly, the effect it can have on your body is just amazing. And then, there's so much support just to float, especially in seawater. It just carry you away. You can just relax and bob around. It's an amazing feeling. You just have to let it take you.
That's absolutely fantastic advice. Thank you, Jason. Hopefully that helps people overcome their barriers and have a go. Okay, so the final lesson. If you could distill your thousands of miles of swimming and countless hours in the sea into a single piece of advice for someone standing on the shore that are hesitating to dip their toe in, what would it be?
Just do it. I mean, there's only one way to find out, and that is through doing. And like I say, it doesn't matter on day one whether you go up to your knees or whether you submerge your shoulders or go and swim a mile. It doesn't matter, right? We all start at different places. We're all on different journeys. But yeah, I think you need to be mindful. Water safety is really important. We can't go into that, I guess, now in too much detail. But I mean, that's where groups come in useful. Find people that are doing this stuff already in your local area, and then they should know where to go, what's safe, a bit more, and have good advice about the local area. So yeah, finding people, but yeah, really just try it. You know, if you really don't like it, then you know. But if you don't ever try it, you never find out for sure, right? You might have an idea. Oh, it's not for me, not for me. But actually, you never know. You never know. So just do it.
All right, Jason, thank you for all that wonderful insight. We've covered the deep stuff. Now it's time to pick up the pace. Are you ready for a lightning round?
Lightning, let's go.
Okay. Salt water or fresh water?
Oh, salt, every time.
Goggles, tight and painful or loose and leaky?
Oh, well, I definitely don't want leaky, so I guess I'll go for tight.
What is the one song that gets stuck in your head during a long swim?
Oh, dear. It varies. I think peanut butter jelly at the moment.
Okay.
Yes, confession. Peanut butter jelly.
Morning sunrise swim or evening sunset swim?
I love the sunrise. So yeah, I think it's got to be the early morning. Yeah.
What's your absolute favourite post-swim cheat meal?
Oh, cheat meal. I love getting like a fresh baguette and hollow out the bread on the inside and just cram it full of anything I can get my hands on. Avocados, some eggs, hash browns, whatever there is. Just cram as much stuff into it as possible.
Get those calories back in.
Yeah.
Pool swimming, meditation or torture?
A means to an end. So, it's what was the options? Torture,
meditation or torture?
Okay. I don't think that's fair. I'll say meditation.
Okay, I can see you're on the fence there.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. Sharks or jellyfish? Which one scares you more?
Sharks or jellyfish? I guess jellyfish would scare me more.
Okay. One piece of gear you cannot live without.
Oh, I suppose my budgie smugglers first and foremost, because can't go for a public swim without them.
Fair answer. If you could swim anywhere in the world right now, where would it be?
Oh, anywhere in the world. Wow. What a choice. It's winter season, so I guess the Antarctic.
Okay. Interesting. Describe the feeling of finishing a marathon swim in just one word.
Just stoked.
Good answer. Okay. Well, Jason, I can't thank you enough for sharing your story today. You've really highlighted that swimming isn't just about physical endurance. It's about mental clarity and finding peace in the chaos. To everyone listening and watching, I hope this conversation inspires you to find your own blue mind, whether that's in the open ocean or just in the local pool. Jason, we'll be rooting for you as you tackle your next challenge. You mentioned the Welsh Winter Swim. What's that one all about?
Yeah, Welsh Winter Swim. It's my last kind of winter swim, like event of the season. Great fun, lovely event. I'm doing the 1 kilometre up in Limpadum. Hope I'm saying that right. It's outside Llanberis. So yeah, good little event. And then the one I'm really working towards at the moment is in April. I'm doing Swim the Night at Guildford Lido, where we're doing 24 miles, swimming a mile every hour for 24 hours.
Wow.
So it's a big one. It's a big one.
That's amazing. Well, good luck for that.
Thank you.
May the currents be in your favour. May the water stay calm and the jellyfish stay far enough away. Thank you so much for diving in with us today.
It's been wonderful. Thank you very much for having me.
It's a pleasure. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you.